Good morning, B.F.D followers. So here's another cold day in the Pacific Northwest. I think the temperature is somewhere around the 35 or so. Not really cold, but if you're out in the shop, has no heat, well, no real heat. I have a small fireplace that I have going, burning some wood. All right, well, a little while ago we talked about building your frame and a few of the things that you're going to need to do and prep for. And one of them was to get a welding machine. Now, what I'll do here is I'll just post and show a couple examples. What I'm showing here is a few TIG welders that will get you through and are actually quite capable welding machines. So the first one is a Miller Electric. The second one is a Lincoln Electric. Then the one in green is called Titanium. And then the lower red one that is a little larger is what I have. It's an HTP Invertech 221H, and it's a great machine. It has a lot of features for doing most anything. And so I just wanted to let you know that these are quite acceptable. There are even less expensive ones around 250 to 300 that will do the job. Once you do have your welder, you're going to need some tungsten. Now, tungsten is the sharp end of your welder. What? No sharp end on this welder. That's because I took out the tungsten so that I could show you what you got, what you're going to get, and what you need to do with it to prep it. So this right here is a piece of tungsten. It's 3/32. I like to use 1/16 and 3/32 size tungsten for thin metal tubes. Anyway, you need to put a tip on this thing, and then it will end up being inserted into your torch tip, like yay, and then clamp down on so that it doesn't move. And once you have that, and your machine is all set up for the material that you're going to be welding, start making puddles. Okay, we'll go over that in a little bit too. And for right now, let me show you what we do to prep your tungsten. Just to help you move along and get the right type of tungsten in the first place, I have a chart here that actually shows a grouping of different types. And I just want you to focus on two of them because those are good tungsten that will get you through most any type of welding you want to do. And that would be the one in the middle, which is gray. And that's the one that I use right now. It's serrated, 2%, and it's a great all-around tungsten. The other one is a lanthanated, and it's the blue one at the very bottom. Get those two, and you're set to go, all right? Once you have selected and ordered or gone down to your welding supply store, you want to cut the tungsten to length that fits your torch. So don't make them too short, otherwise you'll go through them and you'll waste a lot of tungsten. So make sure that they're sufficiently long enough to last you a while. Okay, so after you've got it, you can use your cutoff angle grinder to do that too, by the way. So what you're going to be doing is sharpening the tips of your tungsten to look like the following. There are three styles. There's the sharp cone, there's a sharp cone with a flat top, and then a more of a domed. You're going to be shooting for the one on the left, the sharper cone. The other two have more specific uses that you're not going to be utilizing. The one on the far right with a round dome is used more for aluminum, and the one that has the truncated top, that is more to focus, or not focus, but have deep penetration of your weld. All right, so I think I got that right. All right, so let's go grind some tungsten. So what I'll do now is I'll just give you a quick example or demonstration of each method so you can see what it will look like, and you can make your decision on what you want to do. Now you can get an angle grinder for, I don't know, 20 bucks at Harbor Freight sometimes. That's where I get a lot of my throwaway tools. Not that they're throwaway tools, but they're less expensive. And then, if you have a bench grinder, those work great. So go ahead and do that. And if you want, invest a little bit more money and get a dedicated tungsten grinder. Now they can get really expensive, and I opted to go with a really inexpensive option of an attachment to the Dremel. Okay, so let's take a look at what it looks like to use each one of those methods. Okay, so I got my mask on, so things might sound a little muffled, and I have safety glasses on because, again, you don't want metal flying in your eyes. You don't want to be breathing this material. Okay, so let's get to grinding. Okay, the second method here is going to be with a bench grinder. Okay. There you go. Now I forgot to kind of show you a variation of one method, and that is to take your Dremel, and if you happen to have a adapter or another what are these things called? Anyway, I'll figure that out. If you have another one of these that fits the size of your tungsten, then you can take your Dremel and just slide that into the, open it up, slide it into the Dremel, and then just lock it down enough so that it holds your tungsten in place. And then you can take your wheel and just gently put it against the wheel, and you get a really quick edge point, and it doesn't look too bad. It's pretty smooth with the high RPMs. The only problem is, like, when you use the wheel, you gotta make sure that it's a dedicated wheel and you don't have impurities embedded in there, because that will then affect your weld too. But that's not bad. All right. Now the third method is going to be the dedicated tungsten grinder for my Dremel. Now you just take your tungsten, find your size, 3/32, slide it in there. You can see it's in there, right? And so what I'll do is now just turn on the Dremel. And as I push it in gently, I just rotate it. There you go. You can see the grooves on there. So I hope this video gave you a better understanding of what it's going to take to get your tungsten all ready to go. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a line in the comments and I'll try to address that. Now, I'm not the most experienced person out there for prepping tungsten or anything, but I've been doing it for about 9 years now, and it works. So if it ain't broke, you know. But yeah, I know that this video is a little out of sequence probably in what needed to be done in order to get started, but it was easier for me to get this video going, so I decided to go ahead and put it out. I will be releasing a syllabus that will help me stay focused and stay in a productive order, and it will help everyone else too. If you feel like you don't need to watch or see how I do my builds and on certain subject matters, then you can just skip those. But if I hadn't said this already, I'm hoping to do a video every 2 weeks so that you can kind of look for new ones, updates, and if I find myself in a crunch, I'll put out a little short or something like that, just something interesting about mountain biking. That's what I'm all about anyway. I am creating all of this on my own. I have no experience in videography or doing audio, and so this is all new. There's a huge learning curve, so I hope you're all patient with me and enjoy all the fumbles and bumbles that I go through just to get a video out. I know I make a lot of them, and hopefully I'll get a little better, and the content will get better, and you guys will all start enjoying these videos a lot more. So stay tuned, and I look forward to see you in the next video.